as the Fever have fired head coach Christy Sides after just 2 seasons. Indy went 20-20 this season, making the playoffs for the first time since the 2016 season and Caitlin Clark's first year as a pro.
The Indiana Fever just made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, but shocked everyone by firing their coach. Now, Stephanie White, recently coaching the rival Connecticut Sun, is in the mix to replace her. This move has fans buzzing, especially with White's surprising views on Caitlin Clark, a perspective that could change everything for the Fever. Could Stephanie White be the piece Indiana needs for a championship run, or is there more beneath the surface? In this video, we'll dive into why she's a top contender, reactions from players and fans, and her true thoughts on Caitlin Clark. Plus, stay tuned until the end for a fun fact linking Stephanie and Caitlin that spans 24 years of Fever history. You won't want to miss it. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ready to uncover the whole story? Let's get started.
Huge overhaul of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door, a new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christy Sides was shown the door.
Picture this.
After 6 long years, the Indiana Fever finally break their playoff drought, igniting wild excitement among fans and hinting at a new era. But behind the scenes, all isn't as rosy as it seems. Christy Sides, the coach who led them to this long-awaited milestone, is suddenly dismissed. Just like that, she's out. The move has left fans stunned and analysts buzzing with speculation. Reactions are split. Some express shock and disappointment, while others see it as a step toward an even brighter future.
That professional sports is a tough business. I mean, Sides was the coach of a team that got to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Was the coach of the team that turned around from a rough 1-8 start. Was the coach of a team that dealt with unprecedented attention in the WNBA. But it feels like the Fever believe they need a new voice on the sideline in order to get to that next step, to that championship level, which they're not playing around with. Clearly, they're taking it very seriously.
But why?
So, why wasn't the team truly on an upward trajectory? It's not that simple. Coach Sides faced some challenges that couldn't be ignored. Her defensive strategies often left the team exposed at critical moments. Rotation issues had players out of position or exhausted when they were needed most, and in-game adjustments weren't her strong suit. She struggled to respond when opponents threw unexpected moves. When refs missed obvious calls, silence from the bench. Here's the real story. Fever management isn't just aiming for good. They're after greatness. Making the playoffs is a start, but they want a coach who can push this team toward a championship. That's why the decision was made. They're holding out for someone who can take them all the way.
So the WNBA is recognizing they're at an inflection point and they're trying to level up, it seems like, with all of their staff. And it certainly seems to be going on with the Indiana Fever, that, hey, they got a great opportunity to level up here in terms of president, general manager, and head coach, and they're taking that opportunity.
After 6 long years, the Indiana Fever finally made it back to the playoffs, sparking a wave of excitement among fans. It looked like a new chapter was beginning for the team, but behind the scenes, things weren't as smooth as they seemed. In a surprising twist, head coach Christy Sides, who guided the Fever to this long-awaited playoff spot, was suddenly dismissed. Fans are divided. Some are shocked and disappointed, while others see this as a step toward an even brighter future. So, why make this move now? It's not just about the results, but the challenges that were hard to ignore. Coach Sides faced criticism for her defensive strategies, which often left the team vulnerable in crucial moments. There were rotation issues too, with players sometimes left out of position or exhausted in key moments. Sides also struggled with in-game adjustments when opponents threw unexpected moves her way, and when the referees missed blatant calls, her lack of response left fans frustrated. For the Fever's management, just making the playoffs isn't enough. They want a coach who can take this team to a championship level. Enter Stephanie White, a name that's been lighting up basketball circles and sparking fans' imaginations. But White isn't just another candidate. Her history with the Fever runs deep. White wore the Fever jersey herself, playing for the team from 2000 to 2004, and later returned as head coach, leading them to the WNBA Finals in her first season in 2015. During her time as head coach, she posted a strong 37-31 record, proving her ability to win in Indiana. Before taking the reins as head coach, White was part of the coaching staff that led the Fever to their only WNBA championship. She's seen it all, done it all, and now she might be coming back for more. Adding to the intrigue, she previously worked under the returning Fever president Kelly Kroskopf, making her connection to the team even deeper. But there's more to White's resume than her past with Indiana. Most recently, she coached the Connecticut Sun, one of the Fever's biggest rivals, and achieved remarkable success with them. In 2 seasons with the Sun, White posted an impressive 55-25 record, earning her the WNBA Coach of the Year award in 2023. That's the kind of success that doesn't go unnoticed. For White, returning to Indiana would be a homecoming. She's from West Lebanon, Indiana, and her roots run deep in Hoosier basketball. It's as if she's coming back home, but this time with a wealth of experience and a trophy case full of accolades. White's potential return to the Fever brings more than just a familiar face. She's got a unique connection to the Fever's new star, Caitlin Clark. Long before Clark joined the WNBA, White was already following her journey. As a college basketball commentator, White recognized Clark's spark and potential, seeing her as a player who could one day change the game. This connection between the two has fans and analysts buzzing. Could this be the perfect blend of experience and talent that Indiana needs to go from playoff contenders to championship favorites? And speaking of Caitlin Clark, she's not just any rookie, she's a game changer. Since stepping onto the WNBA court, Clark has shattered expectations, breaking 62 records in her first season alone. She's redefining what's possible in women's basketball and capturing the league's attention with her dynamic play. But even the brightest stars need guidance. White, with her championship experience and connection to Clark, could be the key to unlocking her full potential. White's history with Clark doesn't just stem from her appreciation of the young player's talent. During Clark's early games, when she was still finding her footing in the pros, critics were quick to jump in with doubts. Some claimed she wasn't ready for the big leagues. Others said she couldn't handle the pros. But White wasn't having it. She defended Clark, standing firm in her belief in her abilities. "She's going to be fine," White insisted. "It's 2 games in, are you kidding me?" With White potentially at the helm, the Fever would have a coach who not only understands Indiana basketball, but also believes deeply in the team's future. White has both the history and the vision to lead a young, promising roster, and with Clark on the court, the Fever could be on the verge of something special. White's experience, her championship mindset, and her connection to Clark create a foundation for a new era in Indiana, a team ready to light up scoreboards and pack arenas, bringing the Fever back into the championship conversation. But White's return isn't without its challenges. The game has evolved, and strategies have shifted since her last tenure with the Fever. Can she adapt to the new, faster pace of the league? And what about her time with the Connecticut Sun? There were moments when White's silence in the face of her team's rough play raised some eyebrows. When things got heated on the court, she didn't always speak out, leaving some question marks